This animation was created using manual keyframing, and you can imagine how long that took, especially if it was created in a complex software like Adobe After Effects. And this one right here is created in under a minute using AI. Both started from the same Figma file, started with the same UI designs. Hey there, my name is Ahmed, the founder of Figma.design, and today I'm going to show you how you can animate your Figma designs using AI. The tool that we're going to use here is called Hera. It's an AI motion design tool that takes in prompts, converts them to motion from your Figma designs. The good thing about this video is that you don't need any motion design experience. You just need a laptop and you can literally follow along. So no motion design experience needed. If you can design inside of Figma, then you can just follow along. So here is the plan. We'll open up Figma, we'll import a Figma file right into Hera, and then from that we'll use AI prompts to do the motion design, and then we'll keep prompting so that we can edit the generated video to something that we think looks good at the end, and then we'll learn how to export it together so that we can use it. If that sounds good, I want you to follow along and let's get started. All right, so here is what we are starting with. We're starting with 3 different UI cards. And these are obviously static and inside of Figma. So they're grouped up. And, well, I want it grouped up, so I'm just going to group them back. And I want to go into my plugins, go into my Hera Motion Graphics for Figma. That's going to let you select any specific group or any specific element. For this one, I'm going to select all 3 UI cards, one for the invoice, one for the record, and one for the project completion, all grouped inside of one group. And we'll call this UI cards group, okay? And then we'll start. So it's gonna start copying all of these elements, and it's gonna give me a prompt box, and it's gonna tell me, do you want a custom prompt? Do you want to surprise me or animate later? I don't want to be surprised right now because I'm recording a tutorial, so I will go for a custom prompt. I want to go for a detailed prompt here, but not too detailed. So what I want to tell it is, animate the 3 cards so they sequentially animate in and out, one after the other. The cards, there should only be one card visible at a time, and the animation of the cards in and out need to feel premium, smooth, and elegant. Avoid, what are the things that we want it to avoid? Avoid animations that look bouncy or jittery. And then maybe we can also tell it to, you can use smooth easings and blur in effects. Make sure elements inside of the cards are staggered in during the entry animation of each of the UI cards. Let's see, we'll import. So now it's gonna import from Figma, and then it's actually gonna start animating for us. And it's gonna also provide us with a chat box on the left here. Alright, so it's now starting to load in. I like that. As you can see, it got a little bit of things wrong, but it got a lot of things right. Very interesting. Okay. All right, let's get fixing this. Let's get to fixing this. I'm quite impressed with the first result already. It's got that smooth animation in and out, smooth animation in and out. Some of these elements look a bit weird, but the good thing about this is I can actually start going into the layers panel without even touching the the actual chat box and start to manually adjust these things. So let's see. How does my original car design look like? It does look like this, which means that the spacing is right for the most part. Let's see, I have this container down here. And this is fine. I can move this up just a little bit. And I can move this container down here, up just a bit as well. What I like about this is I can just control specific elements the way I want to, without really having to go back to the prompt. Okay, this is fine for now. I can see it's missing a little bit of the header here by including the QR codes here, and yeah. So there's these things that we need to maybe export from here. So what I'll do is I will take this, I'll export this as SVG, and I can go in here and actually go into my logo and go into replace image and import it in. By the way, I've already imported it in here. So you can either select the file. So this SVG, which is literally this one. So I'm just gonna put it here and I'm going to scale it up just a little bit. And then for the QR code, what I can do is I can export this as well as an SVG, and then go in here, and then go into the QR code and replace this by uploading the QR code as an SVG. And because it's SVG, it gets imported in as a vector graphic, so it's not pixelated or anything. Now let's see, does that fix it? It does. It looks amazing. It looks really good. For a first try, it looks amazing. It's very surprising. Okay, so let's actually do some edits here. So one of the first things I want to edit is, I can see that the icon here is a bit messed up. So I'm going to go to the point and prompt, and I'm going to go into this bit. Can you change this to an icon of line graph that's pointing upwards, arrow towards the top right. Press here and then submit all changes. Yeah, so I've applied the edits here. Let's try and push this. Nice. So sometimes you do manual editing and you need to apply these edits first, and then you can actually point and prompt. That's what they're calling it, and I think it's such a fantastic name. There's more exciting things to come after this edit though. Let's see. Okay, and let's see if it fixed the icon for us. And it did. I think there is definitely better icons that we can import from Figma, but for an AI to generate for me an icon, that looks nice. Okay, now let's do another thing here, which is right here. What I need is I need to point and prompt this. So point and prompt. I'll select this, and then what I can say is I need this to animate by filling the green bar up to the 65% mark from left. this animation, we're gonna give it a little bit of direction here. This animation needs to start as the card is animating in, as the whole card is animating in. Another change, so here, make this number animate up. But maybe animate up is the word, is the wrong wording here. Make this number change from 0% to 65%. So increments of 1%. Let's give it a bit more context. It means 0, then 1, then 2, all the way up to 65%. Okay. And we'll do this. And let's see. Submit all changes. If we needed to do that in After Effects, we're going to have to use like complex code to actually, create a component that counts up, because it's not actually an animation that we're moving certain elements or controlling like scale or position. We're actually animating the actual content of this text box. And that is something, if we're doing this on After Effects, we'll need to use code. So let's see how, we're really pushing to the testing here for Hera. All right, so it's now loading. Let's see how it did. I might get it right from the first try. Pretty surprising, but it did. Wow. As you can see, the numbers are individually going up. This is a perfect use case for AI, because I'm not sure if you get how good this is. We're not moving certain pixels. We're actually manipulating the individual text for the specific card. And I think the final result is mesmerizing. It looks amazing. And on the left, it's telling me that I have done some nice edits. So I feel a little better about myself whenever I read what Hera tells me. So apparently we've done nice edits, guys. All right, before we actually, I'm going to export this because I'm going to actually post this on social media, on X. You can export in multiple formats. I'm going to go for MP4, and you can export in 60 frames per second. And usually FPS here means how smooth the final product, the final video looks like. I'm going to go for 60 FPS. I'm going to go for not a transparent background. I'm going to use this specific background right here. And let's export in 4K. And it's going to take some time to export, but it's running in the exported videos. Now, another thing I want to actually do here is I'm going to copy this to a new project because I want to try something here. Usually when we want to sort of create another motion from a specific, from a current motion design file, and we want to, create like a different aspect ratio, it's actually very difficult to do so. So let's try and do square for Instagram, for example. And as you can see, it has actually changed it to fit this specific aspect ratio, and we can re-export this. Let's see, how does that look like if we go vertical? As you can see, it actually makes sure that these cards fit. So that's amazing. The way that it's understanding, how to position these frames, how far away they should be from the corners and the padding. It's manipulating this in real time, and you can export in all of these formats at the same time. This is an amazing tool, you guys. You should definitely give this a try. All right, so that's the full workflow, literally from Figma design to a finished animation in less than 10 minutes, which is crazy good. Now, I always like to ask this question: who is this tool actually for? I think this would be especially helpful for founders and marketers who want like quick social media content that still looks good and still looks very much usable without hiring a motion designer. But it's also good for designers who maybe want to animate their UI or maybe showcase a certain product feature. And you can just literally import all of the designs from Figma and ask AI to animate it for you. But this is also super helpful for advanced motion designers who want to explore maybe different ways to animate certain frames, or maybe as an addition to their actual existing workflow to maybe animate certain scenes or certain parts of the video. That's also, I see this tool being used for that specific use case. But if you need granular control and you need super precise keyframing, then this tool right now might not be the one for you. However, for everything else, I think this tool is actually very, very solid, and you should definitely give it a try right now. And if you want to try this tool right now, you can go to the description, and it's going to have a link, and that's going to have a 25% off so that you can try it with the discounted price. And if you want access to the Figma file or the Hera file or any of the files that we've used in this video or any other video, then feel free to join Effecto community. It is free now, and it's not going to be free forever, so very shortly it's going to be paid. Link is in the description, and it's going to take you to Effect.design, and from there you can join the community. Well, that's it for this video. I hope this video was helpful. If it is, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, by the way, this is what YouTube thinks you should watch next. If not, then I'll see you on the next one.